All right, ladies, let's talk about something that electrifies every cell in a man's body, something that turns a good intimate moment into an absolutely mind-blowing experience. We're not just talking about lip service here, we're diving deep into the art of connection, the secret language of touch that speaks volumes without a single word. Today, we're unraveling 3 kissing spots he craves, and trust me, by the end of this, you'll be wielding a superpower that makes him absolutely obsessed. This isn't about manipulation, it's about understanding, about unlocking a deeper level of intimacy that most women never even tap into. So lean in close, because what I'm about to share with you will not only transform your bedroom game, but also fundamentally shift how you see connection. This isn't just about kissing, it's about igniting a primal spark, a raw desire that makes him feel utterly seen, cherished, and desired. It's about taking him to a place where his mind goes blank, and all he feels is you. Forget everything you thought you knew about intimacy, because we're about to explore the uncharted territories of his desire, those secret spots that, when kissed just right, unleash a torrent of passion and devotion. This is where you become unforgettable. This is where you become his ultimate fantasy. And the best part, it's incredibly simple, yet profoundly powerful. So let's dive into the first spot, a place so often overlooked, yet so incredibly potent that it will send shivers down his spine and make him utterly yours. This isn't just about physical touch, it's about emotional resonance, about creating a bond that transcends the everyday and ventures into the extraordinary. It's about making him feel desired in a way he's never experienced before, a way that makes him crave your touch, your presence, your very essence. This is the good stuff, the real deal, the kind of intimacy that builds a foundation of unshakable connection. Are you ready to become his ultimate desire? Let's get into it. The first spot, and this is a game changer, is his neck, specifically the area just behind his ear and tracing down his jawline. Now, I know what you're thinking, the neck, that big deal, but hear me out, because there's a nuanced art to this that will blow his mind. Most women will give a quick peck or a gentle lick, and while that's nice, it's not enough to send him into a frenzy. We're talking about a slow, deliberate exploration. Imagine you're tracing a secret map of his desire. Start with soft, almost feathery kisses right behind his earlobe, letting your breath ghost over his skin. This is about building anticipation, creating a delicious tension. Then, slowly, almost imperceptibly, let your lips drift downwards, following the curve of his jaw. This area is packed with nerve endings, making it incredibly sensitive. But here's the key, don't just peck, use a combination of light-sucking, gentle nibbling, and soft, open-mouthed kisses. The variation in pressure and sensation is what makes it so electrifying. Think about the delicate dance between pleasure and mild discomfort that makes his whole body hum. And don't forget the occasional soft bite, not enough to hurt, but enough to make him gasp, to make him feel that primal pull. As you do this, let your hand drift to the back of his head, gently pulling him closer, intensifying the sensation. Whisper something in his ear, not a question, but a statement of desire, something like, "You feel so good," or "I want you so bad." The combination of the physical sensation and the whispered affirmation is a potent cocktail that will make him weak in the knees. This isn't just about getting him excited for what's next, it's about making the act of kissing itself a destination, an experience he craves. It's about demonstrating your awareness of his body, your willingness to explore and delight in his pleasure. When you hit this spot just right, you're not just kissing his neck, you're kissing his soul. You're telling him without words that you understand his deepest desires and you're here to fulfill them. This builds an emotional intimacy that goes beyond the physical. It says, "I see you, I desire you, and I know how to make you feel incredible." This isn't just about a quick turn on, it's about creating a lasting impression, a memory of pure bliss that he'll replay in his mind again and again. It's about making him feel utterly consumed by your touch. This first spot is a foundational move, a declaration of your power to ignite his senses and claim his undivided attention. Master this, and you're already halfway to becoming his ultimate obsession. The gentle nips, the playful licks, the soft breaths against his skin, these are the brush strokes of desire that paint a masterpiece of pleasure on his body. And don't underestimate the power of contrast. Follow a moment of intense sensation with a soft, lingering kiss, a gentle caress that soothes and reassures, only to return to the thrilling exploration once more. This ebb and flow, this push and pull creates a dynamic experience that keeps him on the edge, always wanting more. It's an art, really, a beautiful dance between passion and tenderness that leaves him breathless and craving your touch like a thirst he can never quite quench. This isn't just a physical act, it's a profound declaration of desire, a silent promise of unparalleled pleasure. All right, let's dive deeper into the rabbit hole of his desire, because once you've mastered the electrifying dance around his neck and jawline, it's time to venture into even more potent territory. The second spot, often overlooked but unbelievably powerful, is his inner thigh, specifically the sensitive skin just below his package. Now, before you dismiss this as too risque or obvious, understand that we're not talking about a crude, direct approach. This is about sophisticated seduction, about building a crescendo of sensation that bypasses his conscious mind and taps directly into his primal instincts. This spot is a gateway to an entirely different level of arousal, a place where vulnerability meets intense pleasure, and where your touch becomes an intoxicating addiction. Imagine this: you're already in a moment of intimacy, perhaps lying together, or engage in some passionate foreplay. Instead of focusing solely on the usual suspects, let your lips, your tongue, your very breath become a delicate instrument of torture, the good kind, of course. Start with light butterfly kisses on his outer thigh, slowly working your way inwards, building the anticipation. This isn't a race to the finish line, it's a journey of discovery. As you get closer to that incredibly sensitive inner thigh, reduce the pressure even further. We're talking about whispers of touch, feather light grazes that barely make contact but send sparks flying through his system. The skin here is thinner, more responsive, and incredibly receptive to subtle sensations. Use the tip of your tongue to trace intricate patterns, barely touching, letting the coolness and moisture send shivers through him. Then introduce a gentle suckling motion, almost like a baby nursing, but with a deliberate teasing quality. The combination of gentle suction and the warmth of your mouth will create an exquisite tension that's almost unbearable in its pleasure. This isn't about being aggressive, it's about being incredibly attentive and skilled in your touch. And here's a crucial insight: vary your technique. Sometimes use your breath to warm the skin. Follow with a cool, moist kiss. Other times, a quick, almost biting nip again, not enough to hurt, just enough to shock and thrill, followed by a soft, soothing lick. This contrast is what keeps him on edge, craving the next sensation, utterly mesmerized by your touch. As you're doing this, pay attention to his reactions. Is he arching his back, groaning softly? These are your cues that you're hitting all the right notes. This area is incredibly intimate, and when you demonstrate your willingness to explore and pleasure him in such a vulnerable spot, you're communicating a profound level of desire and devotion. It tells him that you're not afraid to go there, that you're fully invested in his pleasure, and that you find every part of him desirable. This isn't just about physical sensation, it's about the emotional impact, the feeling of being utterly cherished and desired in a way that's incredibly rare. Think about the psychological effect of this. He's used to attention being focused directly on his manhood, but when you spend time exquisitely teasing and worshipping the surrounding areas, you're building a sense of intense longing, a slow burn that's far more powerful than an immediate gratification. You're telling him, I know what you crave, and I'm going to take my sweet time making you feel absolutely incredible. This deliberate anticipation creates a mental space where he's completely consumed by you, by your touch, by the promise of what's to come. Furthermore, this act of kissing his inner thigh is an assertion of your confidence and your prowess as a lover. It shows that you're not limited to the conventional, that you're daring and adventurous, and that you're willing to explore the full spectrum of intimacy. This confidence is incredibly attractive to a man. It makes him feel safe and excited in your hands, knowing that you're capable of taking him to heights of pleasure he never imagined. This spot is also incredibly effective because it taps into a deeply ingrained masculine desire for a woman to be both passionate and attentive. When you linger here, you're demonstrating both. You're showing passion through the intensity of your kisses and attention through the deliberate, focused nature of your exploration. It's a powerful combination that will leave him absolutely undone. So when you approach this second spot, remember it's about precision, anticipation, and a deep understanding of how to build pleasure. It's about using your lips and tongue as a masterful artist uses their brush, creating strokes of exquisite sensation that blend into a symphony of arousal. This isn't just a physical act, it's a declaration of your desire, a promise of unbridled pleasure, and a testament to your power to utterly captivate him. Master this, and you'll have him begging for more, completely addicted to your touch and the unparalleled pleasure you bring into his life. This spot is where you transform intimacy from routine to riveting. from ordinary to utterly unforgettable. All right, ladies, buckle up because we're about to unveil the third and arguably most potent spot, the one that ties everything together and elevates your intimate connection to an almost spiritual level. We've journeyed through the electrifying sensitivity of his neck and jawline, and then delved into the exquisite torment and anticipation of his inner thigh. Now, we arrive at the grand finale, the spot that, when kissed with intention and artistry, doesn't just turn him on, but profoundly connects with his deeper sense of self, making him feel utterly adored, safe, and truly seen. This third spot, the holy grail of male kissing spots, is his lower back, specifically the area just above his glutes, known as the sacral region, or for those who appreciate the poetry of anatomy, the dimples of Venus, if he has them. What? You might be thinking. His lower back. Really, Matthew? Yes, really. And here's why this is a game changer, a secret weapon in your arsenal of seductive power that most women completely overlook to their detriment. The lower back is an incredibly vulnerable area for a man, both physically and emotionally. It's often where tension accumulates, where he carries. All right, ladies, buckle up, because we're about to unlock the final, most potent secret in his arsenal of desires, the third kissing spot that will not only leave him breathless, but will fundamentally alter his perception of intimacy with you. This isn't just about a physical location, it's about the emotional and psychological impact of precise, heartfelt attention. We've explored the electrifying sensitivity of his neck and jawline, and we've delved into the exquisite torment of his inner thigh. Now, we're going to culminate in a spot that binds it all together, a place where vulnerability meets ultimate adoration, his chest, specifically the area around his heart, but with a specific, nuanced approach. Now, before you think, oh, the chest, how generic, hear me out. We're not talking about a casual peck the weight of his day, his responsibilities, and his stresses. But beyond or a quick the brush physical, this is about a slow, deliberate, almost worshipful journey, transforming a common area into a profound zone of connection. This spot, when handled, is energetically linked to his sense of stability, his core strength, and his deepest desires for grounding and connection. When you bring your loving attention to this spot, you're with the right touch and intention, communicates a depth, not just kissing skin. You're massaging his soul, melting away his defenses, and communicating a feeling that transcends mere physical attraction. It tells him you see a level of care and intimacy that bypasses all his usual him. You cherish him, and you want to connect with his very guards. So, how do you approach this sacred spot, core? Imagine this: you've built up the heat with the it's all about deliberate, nurturing, yet incredibly sensual first two spots. He's already touched. Imagine he's lying on his stomach, or perhaps your spoon buzzing, senses heightened completely. Start with gentle, sweeping strokes with immersed in your touch, your fingertips along the curve of his spine now. As you move upwards, allow your kisses just above his to become softer, gentler, yet still intensely focused. Start waistband with light sweeping. This is about establishing a foundation of kisses across his pecs, letting your breath fan over his skin. This is trust and relaxation. Then slowly bring about establishing a sense of tenderness of your lips into play. Begin with soft, open mouth kisses, transition from raw passion to deep affection. Then slowly, almost like you're trying to absorb his tension, drawing it out of him with guide your lips towards the center of his chest, right your lips. Don't be afraid to let your breath warm over his heart. Here's the magic: instead of just kissing, his skin, creating a delicious contrast as your lips lightly press against him cup. This isn't about rapid, his face fire pecs. It's about lingering in your hands. Look into his eyes with genuine warmth and desire, and deeply felt kisses that communicate. Then lean in, place comfort, acceptance, a soft lingering, and profound desire kiss over his heart, closing your eyes for a moment as you do. This now isn't just a kiss, it's a moment. Here's where the magic truly happens of profound connection. Hold it for a beat longer than feels incorporate gentle circular motions with your tongue. Think less natural, letting him aggressive licking, and feel the warmth of your lips more like a tender, mesmerizing the gentle pressure and the unspoken emotion behind it. As swirl. The sacral region is rich with nerve endings, and the subtle pressure you break the kiss instead, and movement of your tongue will send waves of immediately moving on. Stay of pleasure through him, stimulating, not close. Whisper something into his chest, just physical arousal, but also a deep sense of calm. A soft affirmation that comes from your heart, something like I adore and well-being. This is where you make me feel so safe, or even just connect with his nervous system on a fundamental I love being this level, telling his body you close to you. The combination of safe, you are loved, and you are utterly desired as you kiss and swill of the intimate physical contact over his heart. And the heartfelt whisper creates a powerful, occasionally emotional resonance. It taps into his need for emotional validation, introduce a very light, almost imperceptible suckling. For feeling, it's not about leaving a mark, but about creating a truly seen and loved, not just desired physically. This delicate suction that pulls isn't about trying at the skin to make him cry, stimulating those. It's about making him feel a profound sense of deep nerve endings and sending powerful connection and appreciation. It's about reminding him that signals of pleasure throughout his entire being, and your passion is rooted in something deeper. Don't forget the power of a soft, something beyond the comforting bite, fleeting moment. Men, just like women, crave again emotional intimacy, but they often express and receive it differently by not to hurt, but to create a fleeting moment of intense sensation. Focusing on his heart, followed immediately by soothing kisses that reassure, and with this particular blend of physical and emotional touch. Your speaking melt away any lingering tension. The emotional impact of this spot is immense directly to that deeper yearning. Most men are used to sexual attention being focused on their front, on the areas traditionally. Furthermore, this spot works wonders because it provides a moment of tenderness amidst the intensity. It allows associated with penetration and him to feel both incredibly direct arousal. But when you turn your attention to his desired and incredibly cherished, it's back, especially a balance that most intimate encounters his miss. Often lower back, you're telling things escalate quickly, him that you desire focusing solely on the physical climax, but his entire being, not just the parts that directly lead to sex. You're by taking this showing him that you want a cherished moment to connect and pleasure with his heart, him in a way that transcends the purely. You're elevating the entire experience. You're showing physical, reaching into the emotional, and even him that you spiritual realms of intimacy. This act, not just after a physical of kissing his lower back, also conveys a profound sense of release, but a soulful connection. Think safety and acceptance. When a man feels safe and truly accepted by about the psychological impact in a world where men are often his partner, his ability to relax, open up, and experience pleasure conditioned to be strong, stoic, and emotionally exponentially increases. You're essentially resilient, this act telling him, I have your back, in every sense of the word. This builds of tender, focused affection over his heart gives him permission to be vulnerable with an incredible bond of trust and intimacy that will you. It creates a safe, make him feel utterly devoted to you. He'll associate space for him to fully relax and receive your love, your touch on this spot with a feeling of profound relief, pleasure, and unconditional desire. Think an adoration. This builds trust, strengthens your bond, and about the psychological effect, a man spends his life projecting strength. Competence makes him feel like he can truly be himself with you. This is the kind of, and control. This often means suppressing vulnerability. But when you lovingly attend to his lower back, you're offering him a space to let go, to shed that intimacy that builds a lasting partnership, not just a fleeting fling. Vary the intensity here too. After that soft, lingering kiss and whispered word, you armor, and to simply can then move to a gentle exist in a state of pure tracing of your fingertip sensation and recept over his chest hair if he has any, or soft cavity. You're creating an oasis stresses that lull him into an even deeper state of relaxation. You can even try soft of pleasure where he can release all his burdens and simply be open, mouthed kisses that spread out from the center of his chest, creating with you, bathed in your affection, a warm, encompassing sensation. That this makes him feel incredibly seen and understood, not just as a sexual goal, is to make him feel utterly surrounded by your affection, safe and adored. This third spot is being the grand finale, the culmination of your sensual journey, but as a complete person who deserves tender, loving attention. Moreover, this is an incredibly empowering act, for tells him, without a shadow of a doubt, you, the woman, it demonstrates your sophisticated understanding of male pleasure, your willingness to explore beyond the conventional, and you're completely into him, body and soul. It's the confidence in leading him to new heights of intimacy. It shows that you ultimate expression of intimacy, blending a thoughtful, passionate lover who cares raw passion with profound, deeply emotional connection. When you master these three spots, the electrifying neck and jawline, the exquisitely teasing inner thigh, and the soul connecting about his experience, not just your own, this kind heart center, you become an irresistible of intentional force in his life. You become the woman who understands his nurturing yet intensely sensual touch is unforgettable. He will crave it, he will seek it out, and he will associate it uniquely with you. By mastering these 3 kissing spots, the electrifying neck and jawline, the exquisitely teasing inner thigh, and the profoundly connecting lower back, you transform intimacy from a routine act into a masterpiece of connection. You senses and who can connect with him on a not just satisfying him, you're enchanting him, making him feel desired level he rarely experiences.